Hello, my name is Jana Lee, and I am a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus. That's kind of new, so that's fun to say. All right, so I just want to share with you a little bit. I thank Amy for asking me to share because belief it's been such a huge piece and struggle in my journey of 6.5 years. To keep it brief, I shot pretty quickly at the beginning. I had a runner. We did in-person events. I wasn't looking for a business. If you've heard that before from a bunch of people, it's true. I wasn't either. But we hit it running, and we did, really well. I mean, I was able to rank gold within a few months, and I was able to rank senior gold within a few more months, and earn all the leaders retreat things, which was a blessing because of my special needs daughter wanting to go to Disney that year. It was in Florida. So anyway, Orlando. But here comes the but. There's always a but. But shortly after that little season, my runner, who I was convinced would go all the way to the top with me, just decided, I don't like people quitting. This isn't fun. I don't like people. She took it personally. Of course, I worked really hard to work with her on that, but it was to no avail. She was done. So that was kind of one of the first hits to my belief system of, let me just give you a little history. I've had a lot of journeys trying to find what it is that God has for me. I was a social worker, and then I moved into becoming a special ed teacher. And I've loved all the things I've done, but it was a struggle, stress-wise, health-wise. I have some health problems, vertigo. They're a lot better now. Thank you, Plexus. Vertigo, autoimmune things, getting sick all the time. So some real struggles there, and sort of a mindset of why, what's wrong with me? Why can everyone else seem to be living their lives normally, and I have to have all these things? Why am I the 1%? And my doctor calls me a 1%er. I'm the 1% that's going to get the thing. That's me. That's me. And so it starts to turn into sort of a belief system, even about yourself, which doesn't make sense when I hear myself say it out loud. But what happens is sort of a pattern in your thinking of, if you've decided that you just don't have a direction, you don't excel at anything. My mom told me, I remember one time she told me, she said, "You really never excelled at anything, did you?" Gotta love Mom. Actually, I did excel at a lot of things. So I don't know. I have no idea what that means, but those kinds of words stick. But it's the words you make up in your own head that are even worse. And so when things like that happened throughout my business, somebody quit, that was integral. I would tell myself, there's proof that I can't do this. There's proof. But I didn't recognize that at the time. Only recently did I recognize this pattern that happened over this 6.5 years. So anyway, from that, I obviously recovered, and had some other hits that were outside of my control, and then had a big hit with another runner not only leaving, and this is when I had made it to Emerald. Feeling pretty good about where I was. Took me 2 years to get to Emerald. Feeling pretty good right there. And then this happened. And this runner, this senior gold, left for another company, but did it in a really, really ugly way. And publicly attacked publicly attacked our company, went after my team members, brought a bunch of team members over with them to this shiny new thing that offered quick, get rich quick. I'm not even sure if they're in business anymore, sadly. But it was the way in which he did it, the way in which it hurt my business, and the way in which it hurt my heart, because I'd poured everything into those people. And that I was really convinced at that point. Because what that did was, you know, in plexus, you have a primary. So my primary leg is very strong. In fact, my level 1 is a diamond. And my level 2 under her is a diamond. So strong. But what happened when this side, when he started taking, it dropped me, you know, below my rank. And I was struggling. And I was convinced that I was only successful as I was because I had these rock stars over here. And over here, this was proof, once again, that I was not capable, that I got lucky. I got lucky. When you hear that, is that making you cringe? Because it's making me cringe to hear it come out of my mouth. This is the mindset I've dealt with, though. So in the process of rebuilding that outside, which has not been easy because of my mindset and my belief in myself that I've had to overcome, I still was able to maintain enough times hitting emerald, just like right on that line of getting the trips and all that, but feeling kind of like a fraud and a failure. That all comes down to not my belief in the company. That never wavered. My belief in myself is always a constant battle. Okay? Anybody with me on that? It's a constant battle. So in March, I went to the corporate offices for Jewel training. That's where I was with Amy for that. Opened my eyes that I was not alone in this mind problem, this battle in my mind, that diamond ambassadors that I looked up to were struggling with the same things in their mind. And Becky Page talked us through it, and I recognized for the very first time, that every time something went wrong in my perception, in my business, I went to that thought and automatically said, there's proof. There's proof that I can't do this. There's proof that I'm not as good as her or him. There's proof. And once I recognized that and she helped us flip that, now I can see that thought coming that's attacking my belief, because guess what? When we're thinking that way, our actions follow. When I see that coming, I can now say, that's an interesting thought. That's interesting. That's a lie. That's not true about me. That's not true about me. So that was March. In June, I ranked Sapphire. Guess what's even more exciting? My outside points were high enough to be diamond, but I didn't hit diamond because my outside leg is not quite there. But look how far it came from struggling to hit the level that it was. Sure, it hurt a little when my friends below me hit diamond, but it's pushing me. And I'm choosing to flip it and not say, you know what, I'm not worthy. Look what they did. Look what I'm still struggling to do. Instead, I'm saying, well, that's an interesting thought. That's not true about me at all. That's not true about me at all. I've done this. I've done this. So what I want to encourage you to do is, this is a business of up and down. It is. It's a roller coaster. It is not for the faint of heart. That's for sure. I want you to recognize those thoughts and write them down. And when you catch them and you're attacking your own belief in your own self, I want you to say, that's interesting. That's not true. That's not true. And then I want you to rewrite it. Flip it and write it into a positive affirmation of yourself. You will notice the difference. Okay, friends? You can do this.